My dear students, how are you? I hope you are fine. Today we will take the same class, transformation of sentences. In transformation of sentences, you have seen usually one clause is dependent on another clause. One is principal clause, another is subordinate clause, and we are just changing sentences, and we came up to when. But today we will work with some conjunctions, and it starts with since, as, because. These are used usually when we want to express any cause and effect in a sentence. There is a cause with since or as or because, and we change them. So now we will see how we can change these sentences. In sentences, we use some words which are not always true, which are just for your understanding. First sentence, since, this is gone. Since you, not you, since he is lazy. You may be angry with me. That is actually not you. Since he is lazy, he cannot succeed. Okay. Since he is lazy, he cannot succeed. This is a sentence, you see it begins with since, and this is subordinate clause because this is a dependent clause, and because of his laziness he cannot succeed. So when we change into simple, we are just changing into simple. So this since conjunction will be eliminated, and another thing is necessary. What is that? We have to destroy a clause. That is, we have to make a subject invalid. We will either eliminate this or we will change this into possessive or objective form so that it may not be a subject. Another is we have to change or eliminate the finite verb. So we have to work with this he, with this is. This is subject, this is finite verb, and we have to do something with this. So what can we do here? We can say being lazy, being, that is the changing form of is, that is present participle. Being lazy. So where has he gone? Where is he? He should not or need not be mentioned here because there is another he. So this he will come here, or this he will come here. So one he or one subject will be used. So being lazy, he cannot succeed. This is one thing. being lazy, he cannot succeed. You can use a comma here. Okay, this is good. Being lazy, he cannot succeed. Another thing is, you can change in another way, because of, as it is a reason. Where there is reason, we can use because of prepositional phrase. So, because of. Okay. Now, he. So, he can be changed into possessive form because of his. Because of his being lazy, he cannot succeed. Because of his being lazy, he cannot succeed. I think this may be changed in another form. What is that? We can use the noun form of lazy. You see, lazy is adjective. This is adjective. So, we can change, as this is the cause. So, we can use a noun as a cause. Thereafter, we can write the next sentence. Because of his laziness, we can totally eliminate the verb is. So, be of his laziness. Because of his laziness, he can succeed. Here we have only a single subject he, only finite verb can succeed. There is no another he or another subject. There is no verb actually in this part. So, totally this sentence has only a single subject, a single finite verb, and that is why it has only a clause, a single clause. It has only one clause, and that is why this sentence is called simple sentence. So, we have changed into simple in three ways. These three sentences are correct. Being lazy, he cannot succeed. Because of his being lazy, he cannot succeed. Because of his laziness, he cannot succeed. Okay. Another sentence that is on the screen. As the road was muddy, I could not walk easily on it. As the road is muddy, we cannot easily walk on it. So there is a problem. You see, what is the problem? The problem is road is muddy. The road is full of mud. mud, you know, soil mixed with water, soil has soaked water and it is slippery. That is why I cannot or we cannot walk on it easily. Okay, so this is the cause. And you know, in simple sentence there will be no conjunction like since or as. Here as must be eliminated. And next we notice the sentence in two clauses. It was complex sentence and first subject is the road, second subject is we. And here these subjects are different, they are not the same. As they are different, subject cannot be eliminated. If it is eliminated, we will not find it when we want to change again into a complex sentence. However, we have to use this, the road. The road is muddy, we cannot easily walk on it. So, what can we do? We can change this verb is and make it non-finite and a participle. So, my sentence is into simple. When I am making it a simple, the road being muddy. The road being muddy. The road subject is intact, you see, but actually it will not remain a subject, a complete subject, because the verb is not finite. Understand? The verb has changed and it has become non-finite. That is why, although the same word is here, the road is here, as the road was in complex sentence. The road is here, but it is not actually subject now. The word is here present, but this is not now the subject. So, the road being muddy, we cannot easily walk on it. My dear students, you see both the subjects in the simple sentence, but actually the first one is not subject here. The second one, we, is actually subject because it has finite verb. What is the verb? Can walk. Okay. So, this is a simple sentence. You could change it another way too. You could change in another process, and that would also be a simple sentence. This is commonly used. This rule is commonly used when we find two different subjects and different verbs. We usually use this method, but you can use your intelligence and you can change it in another way. Perhaps you could say, we could not easily walk on the muddy road. Okay. This is also the same thing. Same thing. We cannot or could not. The road is muddy. Present tense. This is present tense. Notice the verb. The verb, when you are using finite verb, it must agree with the previous sentence. We cannot easily walk on the muddy road. So the cause is mentioned here. What is the cause? Cause is the road is muddy. We cannot easily walk on the muddy road. So this is in different way, but the same thing, and this is also correct. So it depends on your intelligence how you could change this into a simple sentence. And here you find this single subject and a finite verb which can work, and there is no other subject or verb. Okay. Next sentence. I must help the boy because he helps others a lot. I must help the boy because he helps others. Okay, this is enough. Others a lot, that is enough, so much. I must help the boy because he helps others. This is a complex sentence, and here you see because as a conjunction, and this is in the middle position. So this clause, because he helps others, this is actually subordinate clause. This is subordinate clause, and we want to change here. Usually we change in subordinate clauses. So I must help the boy. Why? Because of his helping others. Because of his helping others. Okay, the ink is not so much distinct. So this principal clause will be intact. I must help the boy. I must help the boy. Because is conjunction, but because of, that is preposition. Preposition, and their conjunction must be eliminated. It will go forever. Because of. Because of. This is the cause. I must help the boy because of. Now I will change this part in such a way that there will be no subject, no finite verb. Because of his help, because of his. Okay, I have changed. And when we make any subject possessive, we usually use present participle of the finite verb. So helping, because of his helping others. Okay, this is the change. I must help the boy because of his helping others. So this is simple. Another thing, you could say, or you could change in this way that because of his help, you can change this verb into a noun. Because of his help. Help is also noun, you know. Help. I need no help from you. Here help is noun. So in this way, because of his help. Sometimes we say, I need your help. Okay. I seek for your help. So help is noun. Because of his help to others. You know, a preposition is necessary to connect to nouns. You know, when we use two nouns side by side to different nouns, we use a preposition to connect them. Help others. Help, if this is a noun and others is also noun here, and we need two. So what is the result? Result is, I must help the boy because of his help to others. This is also a simple sentence in different way. You may like any style. Okay. So, dear students, you have seen the cause and effect or cause and result in a sentence, and we use here since as because. Now you see another thing, that is the next who, which, that is relative pronoun. We use relative pronoun. In relative pronoun, the clauses are usually adjective clause, but in adjective clause there is not always adjective. They are modifiers of a noun. You will see, okay, a man who drowns catches at a straw. A man who drowns catches at a straw. This is a proverb, you know. This is a proverb. A dying man does everything for living. The meaning is, a dying man does everything for living. He or she seeks help from anybody or anything to live. Nobody wants to die. A man who drowns catches at a straw. Here a man catches at a straw. This is the principal clause. This is principal clause. A man catches at a straw. This is the main thing. But there is another thing. Which man? Who draws? This is subordinate adjective clause. Subordinate adjective clause, and here in this clause, who acts as a subject, as a conjunction, with subject, the same thing, and drowns is the verb, finite verb. So we will change this part, who drowns, okay, and in finite verb, there is no other thing related to this. We find the verb catches. Catches is actually applicable to man. A man catches, not drowns catches. Okay, so catches is related to man, not with drowns. So in this part, in this subordinate part, we have only finite verb, not with other thing with the verb. So we will change this into present participle as it is in the active form. When subordinate clause is in active form, we make the finite verb present participle. If it were in passive form, we could use only past participle. Okay? And as this is a single word, we will use this word before the noun, before the subject, before the noun. So, a man will be a drowning man. A drowning man, a man who is drowning. No matter in which sentence we could write this, a man who drowned, or a man who is drowning, or a man who drowns. No matter, always we will use here a present participle. Always. So, present participle does not mean that the tense is in present continuous tense. This is not true. Tense may be different. It may be in indefinite tense too, in past tense too. So, in simple sentence, we will make this a drowning man. A drowning man. A drowning man catches at a straw. A drowning man catches at a straw. So, we have kept the principal clause intact. We have no sense here. A man catches at a straw. You see, a man catches at a straw. This is the same. We have changed the subordinate part. And what have we done? We have changed this into a participle, present participle. Why present participle? Present participle because drowns is in active voice. And what have we done? Another thing, we have used this drowning, changed from drowning before the noun. Why before noun? Because this is a single word. So, single word applicable and related to man will be used before the noun. And if there were another thing related with drowns, it would be used at the later part. That is, it would be used after man, But here it has been used before man. A drowning man catches at a straw, and for your better understanding, I say, we would use this drowning in different way if we had another related word with drowns. Suppose a man who drowns into water. Okay. So this is related with drowns. Drowns into water, drowns in the sea, drowns in the river. Okay. In this way, a man who drowns into water catches at a straw. So what would we do? We would use a man drowning into water. Okay. A man drowning into water catches at a straw. In that case, we would use drowning after man if we had related words with drowning, if it were in a phrase. Okay. So, you should notice this. Another thing, next sentence. Next sentence, I know a teacher who teaches in TTC. I know a teacher. I know a teacher who teaches in TTC, that is Teachers Training College. Teachers Training College. You know, teachers also need training to teach you better. However, what is the main clause of this sentence? I know a teacher. Okay, I know a teacher. Who is teacher? Teacher who teaches in TTC. This is also a relative pronoun, who, whose antecedent is teacher. Teacher is antecedent. The previous noun with whom this relative pronoun is related. So, I know a teacher who teaches in TTC should be changed, and who teaches in TTC, this part will be changed. The main clause, I know a teacher, this will remain the same. So what can we do? I know, you know, who will be eliminated, because the sentence will be simple and there is no necessity of a conjunction or another subject. This is also a subject. It will be eliminated. Next, teaches. It will change, and this will be changed into present participle because this is in active voice, you see, teaches. So, teaching. Main verb is teach. From teach, it will be teacher. I know a teacher teaching in TTC. This is the common form and previous form. And in our previous sentence, we changed before the subject, but here the case is with object. I know a teacher. A teacher is object here, but in our previous sentence, the man was subject. However, the next change is the same. How is same? Because we have made the subject, we have made the finite verb non-finite. We have changed this into present participle. I know a teacher teaching in TTC. Teaching in TTC, this is the present participle form, and we have used this present participle after the verb. Why? It has another thing with it, related thing, in TTC, teaching in TTC. So this is related to teaching. That is why it has not been used before teacher. I know a teaching teacher. Okay, this is not correct. Okay, I know a teacher teaching in TTC. And in past tense too, it would be same. I knew a teacher teaching in TTC. No matter. However, you could change it another way too. How? I know a teacher in TTC. What is the wrong? We have eliminated the very word teach. Teach is here with teacher. Okay. Who is a teacher? Who teaches? So this is more simple. I know a teacher in TTC. What is the wrong? Nothing wrong. This is also the same, bearing the same meaning, and this is a simple sentence. I know a teacher in TTC. So you can change this sentence in this form too. Okay, the next sentence. My close friend took a decision which was wrong, or a man is well behaved should be respected. The man who is well behaved, the man is well behaved should be respected. Should be respected. The man who is well behaved should be respected. This is also in this structure. You see, the main clause is the man. The man, what is the subject of, what is the finite verb of this man? The man should be respected. Should be respected. This is the principal clause. It has been divided into two parts. We have the head here, subject, and we have the body here, predicate. Okay, the man should be respected. So should be respected is just predicate. And you know, at the middle of the sentence, we have subordinate adjective clause. And you see, this is somehow in the passive form, well behaved. This is actually adjective here. The man is well behaved. How is the man? The man is well behaved. So here we should not use, or we cannot use any present participle. We are to use this well behaved with man and before well behaved man. The man, instead of the man, we will write here the well behaved man should be respected. And if it is universal truth, in that case we will use a well behaved man, a well behaved man, because this is general truth. And in simple sentence we should use in this way. Instead of the, we can use here a for general truth. A well behaved man, well behaved man. You can use also the well behaved man, no problem. The sentence will be changed, but I am telling about the tone, about your message. A well behaved man should be respected. A well behaved man should be respected. So we have not changed, as we have got the past participle or behaved, and it is used here as an adjective, and we have kept the adjective before noun man, a well behaved man. Then we have written the predicate of the principal clause. So this is fine. Next sentence. My close friend took a decision which was wrong. My close friend took a decision which was wrong. Sometimes decisions may be wrong. Man is not always right, and sometimes we make mistake. sometimes our decisions are wrong. It is very difficult to say which decision is right, which decision is wrong. Okay, my close friend took a decision, but you should remember that decision is very important. And your life mostly depends on your decision. My close friend took a decision. This is principal clause. Okay, this is principal clause, and which was wrong, this is subordinate adjective clause. Adjective why? Adjective because this clause is modifying decision. Decision, which decision? Which was wrong. This is related to decision. And what do we find here? We find which, conjunction and subject, and we also find a be verb, finite verb, and we find another adjective here, adjective, which was wrong. So, wrong, actually the gist of this part. In this part, actually the new thing is wrong, wrong. And in this relative clause or subordinate relative clause, we have an adjective and nothing with adjective, only adjective. So, this adjective may be used, should be used before the noun. Which noun? Close friend or decision. It will be used with that noun with whom it is related. So, it is related with decision. So, it will go before decision. So, sentence will be, my close friend took a wrong decision. Okay. My close friend took a wrong decision. So, we have also seen which. After who we have used which, and you see a sentence with an adjective wrong, wrong, which was wrong. So, my close friend took a wrong decision. This is a simple sentence. So, next sentence we see that, who is that, that is also used next sentence. A friend that helps in need is a real friend. A friend that helps in need is a real friend. A friend that helps in need is a real friend. So, what do you see? This is a complex sentence. You find that, and you can also call this clause that clause because it begins with that. Another thing, this is an adjective clause. Adjective clause why? Adjective clause because you find the clause modifying a noun friend. This person that helps in need is actually modifying friend. A friend. Which friend? A friend that helps in need. That helps in need. So, this is modifying friend. So, that is why this is actually a modifier. Clause is modifying a noun. Interesting. And what will we do? And what is the main clause? A friend is a real friend. A friend is a real friend. Ekta bondhu. Yes, A real friend is a friend is a real friend. So, which friend that helps in need? So, I am changing this, a friend, in the same way. You know, that may be used instead of who. A friend who helps in need. Who. So, that sometimes come in place of who. A friend who helps. In simple sentence, I am changing this. A friend helping. A friend helping in need. In need is a real friend. So, you notice helping. A helping friend is a real friend. That was also right if there were no in need related to help. Okay. As there is more word here and this is related to verb, so it could not come before noun. Next sentence. I know that she is a good girl. I know that she is a good girl. This is a complex sentence, you see, but that she is a good girl is not a subordinate adjective clause. This is not adjective clause. Why? Because this is not modifying a noun. It has come after verb. I know. You know what? I know that she is a good girl. So this is just the object of verb know. This is the object of verb know. I know that she is a good girl. So this is not actually a modifier. This is just the object. And who can be object? Noun or noun phrase. Noun or noun phrase. And that is why we will change this in the form of a noun phrase. Anyway, we will do this. I know. I know what? I know her. She. I know her. Her has come from she. Next finite verb is. This will be changed into to be. I know her to be a good girl. In another case, we could also say, I know her being a good girl. That is, we cannot say here being, but in this way, in this process, we could use any participle to here. I know her to be a good girl. I know her as a good girl. In this way too we can express. So we can change in various ways, in various forms. So, when we use any subordinate adjective clause, we actually work with an adjective. When we use any subordinate noun clause, we want to keep a noun there. Just another sentence, what? This is related to that what. You should know what his father's name is. You should know what his father's name is. This is also subordinate noun clause, subordinate noun clause, and this is related to know. You should know what? Notice here, what is the important thing? His father's name. His father's name. So, you should know his father's name. Okay. This is the simple form. You should know his father's name. So this is quite simple, very simple. You have kept the thing intact, nothing changed. You have only eliminated the be verb, not necessary, eliminated the conjunction what. You should know his father's name, that is enough. So the next sentence, another sentence, you see, you must realize what I say. You must realize. Realize can be written in two ways, SE or JD. You must realize what I say. So, here you don't find noun. What have you found? You have found just subject and verb. Subject and verb. So, in this case, you have to use possessive plus participle. Possessive. So, you must realize my from I, saying, that is words. You must realize my saying. Okay. In this way you can change. So, it will be more easy when you say, I don't know what his motive is. I don't know what his motive is. So, I don't know his motive. Only his motive. So, in this way, we can write and know more and more sentences. So, you know, this is a lengthy process, but changing is important, transformation is important because the more you are capable of changing, the more you will be able to write in different ways, and the more you will understand more and more sentences. So there are so many types of sentences, and when we want to write anything, we have to write according to natural flow. And if you know more and more types, more and more categories of sentences, you will be able to express yourself very explicitly, very clearly. this is important for your clear expression. So in our next class we will do more with these sentences. So thank you, my dear students. Thank you very much.